This short video, hopefully, is just going to be an introduction to the buttons, icons and text found on a normal everyday camera. I'm going to start with my little Pentax Optio. This is the lens that we see on the front here, and note my broken lens cap. The numbers on there tell us what millimetre the lens is. It goes from 5.5 to 16.5, and it tells us how much zoom we have as well. Above the lens, this little circle here is our LCD or LED timer light, and some cameras will also make use of this as an AF assist beam. AF stands for autofocus. On the left here we have the flash, and just below we have three little holes which are a microphone for movie mode. If we look to the top of the camera now, on this camera we have the on-off button inside the mode dial. The mode dial allows us to switch between different capture modes and control modes of the camera, and we'll look at those in more detail as the course progresses. On the right hand side, and it's always on the right hand side, we have the shutter release button, or the SRB, and this is what you use to take a picture. If we look on the back, we have the LCD screen, and this little light at the very top is a flash notification light. When it's solid green, the flash is ready to fire. If it's a flashing green or orange colour, that means the flash is charging. Towards the top of the back of the camera we have a zoom button here. Note that we've got three trees, which indicates zooming out, and one tree which is zoom in. We have the playback button, which looks like a standard play symbol, and this allows us to review our images. Below this we have the settings wheel. Now the icons available here will be different for every single camera. On this one at the top we have self-time mode. The right hand button is macro. At the bottom we have the EV, the exposure, valuation or compensation setting, and on the left we have the flash button. Be aware that when you're reviewing photos, or if you're looking at the menu system of your camera, then the arrows replace the icons that we see on the button, so you can move up, down, left and right using this wheel. Towards the bottom on this camera we have a menu button, and this allows us to open the camera menu. We also have the little rubbish button, and this is when in review mode you can delete images. Note that the blue of the play button and the recycle bin icon are the same colour, so it means this button only works when you're in review mode. With some dual function buttons, colour indicates when the second function works. Another example, if we look up the top here, I have the zoom in and zoom out buttons, but you can see a little magnifying glass just below the zoom in and a little checkerboard below the zoom out, and that means when you're reviewing images you can zoom in using the zoom in button, and you can zoom out or look at a thumbnail slideshow of your images with the zoom out button. On the bottom of the camera we have a standard sized screw hole for tripods, and on the right we have the battery bay and the flash card bay. If I open that, note that this camera takes AA batteries, and towards the left we have the icons for which way round the batteries should go. We also have the SD card holder. With SD cards or any normal flash card, you normally have to push in, and once you hear it click, slowly withdraw and the flash card will come out. To reinsert it, make sure it's the right way round, push in until you hear it click, and then slowly release, and it will insert the flash card. So that's one camera. If we have a quick look at another, here we see my little Samsung. And again we've got the lens, and again we've got the numbers telling us how long the zoom, or how many millimeters the range is. Oh, it's going out of focus. If you can see the numbers to the bottom, the 1:3.3 to 5.5, that's the F numbers. It goes from 3.3 to 5.5 as the maximum, or the smallest F number. Again, we'll cover these terms as we go through the course. And towards the top right, again we have the self-timer LED, or AF assist beam, and on the other side we have the flash button. If we look to the top of this camera, in this instance you'll note that the zoom buttons are in a different place. We've got the 1 tree and 3 trees and the magnifying glass and checkerboard buttons circling the shutter release button. So if you twist left or right, it will zoom in and zoom out. Again we have the power button, and this camera also has a smart option. This smart option, and it will be present on other types of camera but have different names, it allows the camera to identify exactly what you're trying to shoot, as far as the camera is aware, and set the camera perfectly for that kind of situation. So it's an intelligent auto, it's called on Canon cameras, and other types of camera will have a slightly different term for it, but it's fully automatic. It's letting the camera do everything for you, and this includes setting the camera to certain scene modes, or macro mode, or turning the flash on and off. And again we'll see these as we go through the course. If I look to the back of the camera, and again we can see it looks very similar to the Pentax, if it focuses. Here we have menu button and mode button on the top. In this instance, menu is more akin to a systems menu, allowing us to change the setup. Oh, it's not liking it. The mode button allows us to change the camera mode, the shooting mode. Again we have the settings wheel at the bottom, and note that we have completely different options, or we've got similar options but in different places. The top button is display, the right button is timer release, the bottom button is macro, and the left button is flash. And then towards the bottom we have the review mode button, the little play symbol again. This time it's embossed in a silvery colour. And we've also got FN, which stands for function, and again you might find function on a number of different makes and models of camera, and this allows you to set different functions or settings within the camera. If we look to the base, again we have the standard standard tripod mount, and here we have the battery bay. This is slightly different to the other camera. We have a camera specific battery, and these are normally going to be lithium ion batteries, and they last quite a long time, and they can be topped up, and we have a little release switch on the bottom there. And again this camera takes an SD card, and again it's a question of pushing it in to release it, and then pushing it in again to ensure it's inserted correctly. With camera specific batteries, it's always very important to make sure they're inserted correctly, and also to make sure that the SD card is inserted correctly as well. So that's the basic layout of a camera.